Alright, well, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. This is your host, D Jester. We are in the middle of creating a brand new character to join our group. We just had enough money to buy a second level adventurer. So, we got my character, which is a female elf. We have a male elf. My character is a Cipher. And we also have a wizard. So, we need a big, badass fighter dude that's going to stand up front and protect us. Like Clarissa was doing in the beginning of the game. So we'll go with the male. I think we're going to go with godlike. Dexterity and intellect. Although dwarves get might and constitution because they're a little bit tougher. So dwarf might be a little tougher to be up front. Lots of hit points. These guys are also +2 might, so... But this gives us extra hit points in favor of losing a little bit of attack speed. Let's be in a Mau. So we can be a coastal one, gain bonuses to defense against prone and stun. That sounds good. And gain an additional weapon set. No, I think we'll be more resistant to being knocked prone and stunned. Alright. Next. Alright, so I'm thinking, obviously somebody pretty tough up front. Maybe a monk? When monks have no weapon equipped, their unarmed attacks are especially powerful and continue to increase in damage as they gain levels. As monks are damaged, they gain their pain generates wounds. Wounds can be used to power many of their abilities. So notice high, very high, very high, very hard. It would be pretty tough to be a monk up front. That would be nice. A healer, priest might be nice, but I think I'm going to go for more of just a regular... Fighters continually regenerate endurance at a modest rate during combat, so they gain a little bit of health back every second. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with a fighter. It's kind of boring, I know, but we got to have somebody up front. Now it looks like we can choose either a knockdown or a disciplined barrage. The fighter intentionally focus on his training significantly raises accuracy for a short amount of time. So 10 accuracy for 15 seconds. Push prone for 5 seconds. Accuracy for 15 seconds. So basically, he's probably going to have maybe 3, 4, 5 attacks. In that 15 seconds, he'll have a +10 for accuracy. Or we could knock him down, knock down an enemy. We won't be able to attack for 5 seconds. I think I'll go with the discipling barrage. Okay, so looks like he starts with the 12 might and a 11 resolve. So we want to not be interrupted. So deflection's good, so we can ignore. Concentration's good, so we want a couple points in that. Probably up to 16-ish. Couple in mights, damage. Couple in constitution, which is going to be endurance and health. We could put 1, 1, and 1. Of course, our area effect duration and will saves will suffer, but we could do something like that. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so resolve is already 17. We can add another one to it. And of course, it looks like we're going to get a different look based on our... Looks like he's got a little bit better armor and a sword. Here's one with an axe. Oh, dual spears? Wow. I think I actually like the sword and board. Sword and shield. Oh, this says level 1 fighter. I bought the wrong damn thing. Oh, no, wait. No, that's right. Okay. That's right. You always build them as your first level and then you upgrade them. Just, okay. I was thinking I bought the wrong, and maybe I did, but... Okay, so this guy is going to be a mercenary, athletics, and laborer, drifter. Athletics, survival. Yeah, I think a mercenary. Alright, primary scan, head. Ooh. Let's find some really cool here. Now that's a little cool. There we go. I kind of like just the plain old blue. If we change his hair, oh, we can only change it to a certain color though. I think I like the black, that's fine. Primary color, secondary color, skin color. Kind of a lightish blue there, or maybe a darkish blue. I like that. Primary color, secondary color. Looks pretty good. Like a purpley green. Alright. Looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks just like, as a matter of fact. And...
Follow me.
he is stoic.
Nice and slow.
Alright, I like that. Now, of course, the toughest part. Character name. Something aquatically designing. Darst. Darstlin. There we go. Bam. That wasn't too bad. Alright, we are done. Now we should have to level him up to level 2. No? Oh, did I buy the wrong guy? Oh, no. They got plus signs. Okay. First, we'll do the aristocrat here. Or mage. Sorry. Let's keep cranking up that lore. Look at that. Up to 8 lore. He'll be very helpful in the lore. 2 points left. Mechanics. Survival. Oh my gosh. All kinds of spells here. Combusting wounds. Faux AoE burn damage over time. Oh, that sounds nice. This looks like some kind of healing would be. Caster plus 5 maximum endurance and plus 50 maximum health. Alright. Mirrored image. Extra deflection for 78 seconds. Ray of fire. Rolling flames. AoE hobbled for 4 seconds. So their dexterity is reduced, their movement is reduced, and reflex is reduced by 20. Confuse them for 6.5 seconds. So they'll do one of random things. They'll behave normally, they'll attack an ally, they'll walk in a random direction, or they'll do nothing. Okay, that sounds interesting. Blind them for 26 seconds. Whoa, that seems pretty good. Blinding them is going to give them reduction of 25 for all sources. Perception is reduced by 4. Movement is reduced by 2. Reflex and deflection are reduced by 20. A lot of damage on this spell. 5-meter range. That's not too bad. Ray of Frost has a duration of 10 seconds. Average speed. And anyone else caught in the ray. So this is going to be an everybody spell. Which we only gets one, so we only get to choose one. Hmm. 15% of hits converted to crits for almost a minute. It gets the target receives -10 perception, intellect, resolve, and will. Or it's I'm sorry, it's versus their will. Target becomes paralyzed for 10 seconds. Can't take any actions. Override, stunned, struck, and prone. That is against her fortitude. Okay, lots of good choices. I kind of like the Ray of Fire. Oops. Kind of like the Ray of Fire. We're going to go with Ray of Fire. And no new talents. You are done, young man. Alright, you grow up to be a second level fighter. Athletics. We need somebody that's going to be athletic-y. And also some mechanics. And some stealth. There we go. Oh, he gets class. Okay, rapid recovery is +1 endurance. Actually, it buffs up his recovery, so +1 endurance. All right. Or we can always choose any of the offensive, defense, and utilities. So we can say, fast runner, probably extra movement speed. Bull's will, so +10 will, +10 fortitude, reflex. You can get extra enemies engaged with you. I think he's got to take his class feat first, though, because I mean these are special things only your class can have. So, all right. So if we look at our characters now, we got a third level, a second level. All right. So got a few levels now. That's better. Better than walking around by ourselves. Indeed. That's for sure. Alright, so let's look at our journal log thing and see what we got here. Oh yes, we need to find the dwarf woman from our dream. I think we saw her over on the tree of death, doom, destruction, whatever. Oh, looks like we can now interact with something here. You see a dwarf woman dangles from a thin noose around her neck. Once you've expanded enough to reach her, there's a sudden jolt in your mind. Shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down into some deeper consciousness.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Alright, I'm trying to find out what had happened.
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
Yeah, well, speak to me and understand something. I need to understand something that's happened to me.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always... You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
Alright, well, what's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, no, not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times.
Okay.
Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on. And those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their honor can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
What do you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties. You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow.
Kadnua.
He will welcome the company.
Kadnua. Beyond the Black Meadow. Kadnua. Now, can I remember that? Kadnua. Beyond the Black Meadow. Okay. You said souls break apart over time.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die, and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. A very small few resist Remergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
Are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
So somehow we're communicating with the dead lady who's been strung up. She knows a little bit of information. She's giving us information. She's obviously coherent and able to think, but obviously she's dead. But we can read into her soul. That's okay.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Well, what's an animancer, though?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Alright, well, what happened to you then to get strung up here? She laughs.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Tell me, what did you find?
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up. Of course, dear.
I think the last one, am I imagining this? This seems to be pretty involved in the story and stuff, so I'm trying to make sure.
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
Alright, so what's a watcher? Alright, well, I think that's all the information I can ream from her. Goodbye, my dear.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
She closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into the vision from some unknown place of waiting. Aloth looks at you through narrow eyes. Are you alright? You seemed lost just now. I'm a watcher? Yes, I'm fine. This happens a lot. You have to get used to it. Well, that's interesting. I expected this all has something to do with the hooded figures in the ruins. In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things together. What do you know about Watchers then, buddy? Only that they're rare and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions. As you just demonstrated. Let's continue on.
I'm here. Of course.
Alright, so let's go
17
back
and a
into
half.
our journal and see what we have here. So we have, looks like everything is grayed out at the moment, except for travel to Shadnua. Shadnua. I forget how she said it. God. Alright, we have a couple side quests here. Speak to Mother Ranga. These are our tasks we already finished. Good. We have some visions here. Biography. Okay. Yep. Alright. Nothing. Good. Whew. What's going on here? Alright. So let's look at our map. I know we had something. Where was it? Over here. Looked like a little entrance to a temple. I'm not sure. I'm assuming we'll be high enough level to do that. I don't know if there's other characters we could pick up. I think you can have up to 6 people in your party. Right now we only have 3. Alright, so let's put our fighter up front. We're going to set our formation here. So, fighter up front. I will be there, and you be, Yeah, it looks good. We'll do that.
Sure.
So, this question is, do we want to, do we want to search around? Do we want to go in this? We don't even know where it is, but let's click on it. Directions to endure grueling physical. Alright. Doom, the rising sun and the 3 dawn stars, a symbol of Ithorus. Okay, well, wretched beasts. Okay. Man lies resting against a wall. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. His arm is loosely held to his side. Sleeve is soaked with blood. Gives you an anxious glance.
Greetings.
So, Wertan, a pale elf, just like I. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wertan, he's giving me this because I am a pale elf. I keep forgetting that, sorry. I thought you were some... never mind. Whoever you are, you're traveling a long way to this dark place. This temple isn't what it used to be, probably for the best times being as they are. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. I'm one of the faithful. Just wanted to do something good, I suppose. Got my head caught up for it. Maybe it's just... Maybe you'd have better luck. Better luck with what? Used to be the temple of Ithorus, the sacred god, a grand temple. His worshippers would come from all over Direwood. To the war, of course. Even then, you get some of the stubborn ones. The ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. My character would actually say, get to the point, dude. As you like. Once the legacy started, Lord Redrick decided he'd been too lenient on the Etherstelians. He had his people go in and put them all to the sword, left them down here buried under a heap of rock. Heretic Knox, their death didn't stop the legacy. Didn't do much at all. They didn't deserve to go like that, chopped down by their god's house. If you get down there, find the remains. Maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. No small task. There's coin in it for you if there's no motivation. Luth is stepping up here. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. They're long dead. What does it matter if they're buried? It's about respect, isn't it? About deserving to be remembered, not just tossed under a pile of rock and forgotten. I thought it worth the effort, given that to them. Wait, you want me to bring back some skeletons? I'd bury them where they were if I could. I know it's a little Markaby, but if it don't get them now, Redrick's liable to destroy what's ever left of them. Let's have some questions here. Won't Lord Redrick mind us digging around down here? I wouldn't go telling him about it, lingering in this place. It's no good for anyone. We do it quick and quiet and can do it right by those priests without raising a fuss. Who are you? Name's Wertan. I lived in the Gilded Vale long enough to remember how great it used to be. I used to help the temple, sometimes, bring supplies and all. Why can't you do this yourself? Well, I tried. Only got a short ways before I got in over my head. I haven't raised a blade in a long time. Turned out it's something you just can't pick up again. But you look like you can handle yourself. Yeah, I don't need to ask him about... well, alright. Probably. Nobody's been through the place since it was sealed up. Well, apart from me, and it didn't touch anything. Any valuables in there, you get first crack at them. I only ask that you do this favor for me while you're at it. Thank you. I'll find them. Alright. Well, let's see. Sure. The priest had all kinds of secret chambers switched in the walls. Tricks, sconce, that kind of things. Keep an eye out and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after you. You might talk to that elder fella if Roderick hasn't hanged him yet. Word is he's a fellow of the dead god. Maybe he'll know something more about this place. Oh, yeah. Elder, let's go talk to him. Okay, thank you. We'll be back. Do you want to join our party? Wertan?
Hail and well met.
You're returned. Find anything? No, not yet. Okay, gather our party before venturing forth.
Sure.
You must gather your party before venturing forth. I can go talk to that fella and see if maybe he'll join the party if we're going to go down in the depths. I think he was right around the corner here, actually, somewhere. Pretty close, I thought. Oh, wait, nope. He's actually, like, right here, I think. Okay, we're going to go on super speed. There we go. That'll get to him. Hey! He looks directly in the eye, but he looks not too aggressive. Regards you with a particular smirk. He doesn't remember us from before, I guess.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
Sorry?
You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
Oh, so you thought we were counting how many people there was, and since it was a dwarf woman, I get it.
People hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Is this what you people do for fun around
Name's
here?
Adair. Though to the people around
Adair.
here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
Ah, so he saw us. He's already counted himself as number 19, and he counts the rest of our party as 22, 23 tops. Oh, that is so cool. He looks at us for a moment, his brow arched.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radrick at first.
I I've been out of sorts lately. We go all had bad days, still perfectly still, and stare at corpses for a while. Do you know what a watcher is?
Let's not use that word round here. There'd be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come to these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course,
Okay.
seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fella who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Wow, why was your head man? He got involved, of course. Redrick sent men down here the other day, said they only had it in a good authority. Someone in town was working with Kosk, plotting Redrick's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my head man, he steps up and said it was him. They took him for his word. He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Radric, then for protecting me. Oh man. Well, who's this Kolslik? Kolsc. Now, how the hell would you say that? Someone's got tired of all that hanging. Now he's on the run now. Probably be there till they catch him. What does this town have
Pick the
against
wrong
you?
God. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea.
Yeah, well, we happen to know a little bit about that.
Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, and then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
Huh. Really? That's interesting.
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me.
Wow.
Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Aloth glances at you and lowers his voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured where I'm going yet. Got a whole lot of places out there, and I don't think Weldwin's legacy started with Weldwin. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Some place called Chanua? It's an old watcher there who might be able to
I
help
even
me.
remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath.
Yeah, shh. The Watcher. The Watcher.
A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger. And a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
No, we would not. That's a fine reason if I ever heard of one.
All right, then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
How about you tell me about the war? Saints War. Only one in my lifetime. Fella decides he's a living incarnation of Illithus, overthrowing Reedsurus, marches on Direwood, so we give him the Direwood hello. What's a Direwood hello? Blew him up. Who is Illithus? God of rebirth and redemption. Formally, anyways. Maybe they call him something different from where you're from. Any other questions? I got time. Nope. Alright, let's get going. We got to go. Alright, we're going to take a look at our new fella here. We're going to adjust our party. Hey. Well, you're a 3rd level fighter. Well, that's just great because we just made us a 2nd level fighter. So now we got 2 fighters in the group. Damn. Oh well. 3rd level Cipher. And a 3rd level mage. So we got a little party starting here now, don't we? Got 4 of us. 2 fighters up front. Alright, we're going to examine our group here. So we're going to have our fighter. I'm going to be in the middle. And the mage is going to be... do I want him behind me? I think so. I think that's pretty good. And I got the little pole arms so I can reach them. Alright. Well, we're going to find out what's down in the ruins in the next episode, folks. In fact, you know what? It's been a hell of a long time since I saved. So let's go back to this one and save and override it. So that way we don't need to redo everything we just did. Let's see what our newfound friend here, Eder. I wonder if I can change. Can't change his name. All right. What's he got? So he comes out with a saber, average speed, average interrupt, a shield, which is basically the same thing as I just made for this guy. Sword and shield. Damn. All right. He comes with a bow. We'll give him a bow. In fact, you know what? Screw him. We're going to give him a 13 and 19. Actually, his saber does more damage than this battle axe. What about this guy? What has he got? He's got a sword. Pierce slash. We have just slash. So maybe his sword's a little bit better because it can be... what about armor? What are you guys wearing? Mail armor, and you're wearing Saints War armor. Pierce proofed. Second chance. Wow, what's this? Pierce proof. Plus 3 damage reduction. Pierce. So extra damage against piercers. And grants second chance. Second chance, huh? I don't know what that means, but we could probably look it up if we wanted to. Huh. So we don't have any Adra. Oh, we need some Adra, some copper. Not enough money to add fine. We could make some fine looking equipment. Fine looking equipment. What's he wearing? Just boring old male, huh? 9 damage reduction. That's nice. 14 slash 5 crush. Recovery time pretty low. Enchant. So we know none of the enchantment. We don't have enough of the supplies. If we want to say give them +1 might. No, anyways, we're going to be checking out our new group here, which is nice. So let's make sure our formation, let's say, come over there. Got our 2 fighters up front, then me, and then our wizard. Alright, that looks like... We'll try that formation. Alright, folks. Thank you again for watching my video. Do appreciate it. Leave your thoughts and comments and suggestions below. See you guys in the next episode, though, as we go into the ruins to find out what's down in underneath the Temple of Athera, whatever the hell his name is. Alright, here it is, Temple of Atheus. Atheus. I don't know. These names, sometimes fantasy naming is just crazy. Alright, see you next time.